Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Cowboy Bebop. This is Haarute, and my name is Matt. Hello, it is currently 7:40 a.m. and I haven't slept yet, so I am recording this because I have to record this today. I'm not gonna have time later. Well, I want to watch Evo, okay? I want to watch Evo. Evo's starting today, and I want to be up and watching it, and I need to sleep, so I can't fit all of it in the same schedule, so I said, fuck it, I'm going to record this episode of Cowboy Bebop right now, today, at 7:40 a.m. Maybe I'll record the discussion later, after all of this happens, or not, depending on how I feel, but that's currently what's going on with me. Let's talk about previous episode, which was my favorite episode of the show, probably. I sat on that episode, I've been thinking about it, and it might be my favorite episode of the show. Mushroom Samba might be my favorite. I was thinking about it, and that is an episode that I would actually legitimately maybe recommend to someone to start with. You know, I wouldn't say that it's the best thing to do, but if someone asked me I don't give a shit about what you show me, just show me one episode. It doesn't matter if it's just the first one or whatever. Just show me one episode that is kind of shows what the show can do. I would show Mushroom Samba, kind of, because the first episode of Cowboy Bebop, Asteroid Blues, it's okay, it sets up a couple things and it sets up Spike and it's fun, but this episode, Mushroom Samba, was the most fun you could possibly have with Cowboy Bebop. The soundtrack slap, and the animation was great, and the drama, the comedy, and we laughed, we cried. It was wonderful. Everything that happened in that episode was fantastic, and I fucking loved it. I showed my friend the chase scene, and my friend was like, why does Ed move like that? And I was like, I know, I fucking love it. I love everything about what's happening. So yeah, that episode fucking slapped. It was because it's great, because it's such a good episode, and it feels so good, and it's so fun to watch, and it's not even an important episode, right? That's what makes it great, is that it's not a plot episode. It's not a Ballad of Fallen Angels kind of episode. It's not something that reveals something amazing about someone's backstory or anything. It's just no, this is just some dumb fun, and it's basically filler. And yet, I would never want to watch a version of Cowboy Bebop that didn't have Mushroom Samba. So that was so fucking good. Anyway, as I said, it's almost 8 a.m. and I need to sleep. Let's watch this episode so I can get the fuck out of here. Check out my Patreon if you want to support my channel and watch the next 2 episode reactions to Cowboy Bebop. So up to episode 20, I believe. So yeah, you can do that. And yeah, that would just help me out a lot. Let us begin. Cowboy Bebop episode 18. Let's go. Horses. Oh god, is she betting? Also, what is this music? She's so happy. Oh, get fucked!
It's a big chest with a treasure inside.
I haven't seen any treasure in a long time either.
But it's just lamenting. What's that? Turtle Express?
I should give up the ponies.
I get the feeling this episode might be an important one.
Special delivery for you.
Well, I
Okay.
didn't order anything.
It was COD. Top it off, there's no return address on it.
Well, that's sus.
Tag.
Oh,
Hey, hold
she's
on.
immediately running away. She's like, get that shit away from me, I didn't see it.
Oh, there's just too many people who want a piece of me. Time for Faye's
my God.
famous disappearing act.
Oh my god.
An explosives test.
Yes,
and a biochemical
yes.
examination.
Yes, we should check that shit out. Okay. Just open it. Spike just died. Okay. What's inside? Oh, it's a videotape.
What the hell is it?
It's not ticking like it's about to blow.
Do they not know what it is? We're in the future, so...
Pluto Penitentiary. Asteroid B Actors Studio. Forwarded and forwarded again. This thing's been passed around the entire solar system. All data encoded before 2022 is missing.
So it's an antique then.
They don't know it's a fucking VHS.
All the video.
Yes!
An artifact of days gone by.
This is data. It's from her past. What does that VHS have? Switching a movie.
I'm
Or-
so worried. Do you think we'll be able to fit in here and live like everybody else?
But no, I'm sure we're fine.
because I'm here with my own twin sister.
This
I'm
is...
glad, twin brother.
The voice actors are doing their best to sound like shit, which is great.
Oh, God, that was good. 20th century TV was the best.
Alright, there we go.
Our dramas are so boring, it's pitiful.
Alright, sure, man.
You can't do that.
No smoking,
Cigarette,
sure.
man. Don't you realize that smoke can screw up electrical stuff?
Alright, man. Don't do that!
Well, back in the 20th century, you see, they didn't record movies on discs. It was primitive. They used these things called videotape. The guys who came up with this stuff created two standards, beta and VHS. The beta cassettes were
Okay.
small for their time, and the decks didn't take much
Yes,
space.
it's a beta.
Still frame and slow-mo
Okay.
were almost no.
So I don't actually know that much about VHS.
Look, buddy, are you gonna buy it or what?
Okay, we're gonna try and watch it. He's like, okay, let's see what's inside. This could be like actually really important. Some very important shit about Face Pass 2. Did Faye record this? Maybe.
It's hard to adjust the tracking on these early betas.
Tracking.
This way or this way? There.
That's her.
The tape is messed up.
That isn't helping, Spike.
Oh my god.
It's not?
Did he do that on purpose? For some reason?
Dogs are better than ponies.
She went right back to bed. What the fuck?
Only one of them around. Where are you hiding, Beta? The Underground City Museum. It's there in old Asia.
We're gonna go to a museum. Are we going to Japan? Are we going back to Earth just to find something that can read a beta tape?
All this time, those guys were just sucking up my luck.
So is this tape gonna have something really important plot-wise? Or is it gonna have something really important character-wise? Y'all,
Hey, it's
they
me.
left you.
Hello? We're on Earth. Earth? What? You just took off for Earth and left me behind?
Oh my god, these guys are so committed to see what the fuck is in this tape. To be fair, it's something so antique that it could be worth a lot. This is really cool. The fact that it got lost in the mail and it just got sent everywhere across the system.
It's not working.
So this place is just straight up abandoned. How the fuck did Ed find this? Oh, that's bad. The fact that they're going through all this trouble, traveling through planets and shit, and going on a fucking scavenger hunt trying to find this shit. That's bad. They're fine? They're fine, I guess. I can't believe they're doing all of this just because Spike just decided to kick the shit out of that machine and break it. Well, I suppose he stopped the machine from eating the tape, so... Is this the same song that played during the Edward episode? I like this track. We're literally having an Indiana Jones, like, trying to search the mythical beta reader.
When he opens the Tamate bottle, he turns into an old man. Now I know why.
Okay.
Even if
Ooh.
This place is some real Gujo. Where'd that mix run off to anyway?
Y'all left her. Like, she's gonna lose everything. Yep.
is it here?
It's here.
All right.
My god. This is really cool. It's like searching an ancient artifact, which is a beta cassette reader. Like, oh my god, look at all these air conditioners. Which one is it?
Let's see. Well, they say the greater serves for the lesser.
Take a couple. Like, well, it would be difficult to... Oh, they're taking a CRT as well. Yeah, makes sense.
What's wrong?
The size.
What about it?
It won't go.
No,
That's the wrong one.
you brought a VHS, not a
You
beta.
got VHS.
Yes. Right, they didn't listen to the guy's explanation. They're fucking stupid. They should have just listened to the guy. This fucking idiots. He told you, go for beta and a VHS.
Whoa, it's Faye.
Well, I'm glad I reached a life form that's capable of speech. Where's Spike and Jet?
Disappointed and sad.
Oh, I see. I guess if they're that lonely without me. I have no choice.
Is that it?
I'm coming back to the ship.
So she thinks that Rabbit Express.
Another package for that wench?
Maybe it's a beta reader. No, this will be the bomb or whatever. Is it a beta reader? I hope it is. Yes!
We can see the tape with this?
We went on this entire excursion for no reason.
Guys, long time no
The
see.
video might be like the end of the episode. She thinks that they were sad that she was gone, but they were sad that they fucking got the wrong thing. Okay, let's go. Let's watch this. What should be actually nothing? It would be really cool to watch something from the 20th century though, but...
Wanna watch? You have to pay the COD charges.
Oh my god.
All right, then I won't see it.
It's gonna be something really personal for her, and she won't see it.
What's that?
Watch and see.
I like that we're not seeing them. We just see this. Oh, she's watching. I think she's there in the middle.
We're here because, well, we all decided that we'd send ourselves a message 10 years in the future.
Oh.
This is making me feel really shy. Something I want.
Ah, that's really cute. She didn't even think about what to say.
Good morning, me. Did you sleep well? Did you wake up feeling good? You are who you are today, see? You're still me, but you're a newer version. Myself 10 years from now. That's so far away it's almost impossible to imagine. Well, knowing me, I'm sure you're causing all kinds of trouble for lots of different people. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. But it's alright. That's part of life too, isn't it? You're not perfect, but you've got a lot to give, so remember, I'll always be cheering you on. And now a big cheer from me. Alright! Do your best, do your best. Don't lose me. Do your best. Me,
I can't remember.
don't you lose me. Your time, I'm no longer here, but I am here today, and I'll always be cheering for you. Cheering for you, my only self.
Wow. That's it. That's the episode. That was... I mean, I wasn't crying. Don't worry about it. I wasn't crying. Just something in my eye. Just a little bit watery. That episode was so good. Oh my god. Like, I wasn't crying at the end. Don't worry about it. I wasn't. I'm fine. I'm totally okay. But no. God, like... I was thinking, first of all, I really like the concept idea for what they did here, of the like message to the future, and this one parcel was just delivered all over the system, just kept being delayed and just being like, you deal with it. I don't remember what the word for that is in English, but yes, that's what they did. Just whatever. And it eventually made its way back to the person who it was meant to be for, which is, well, that's weird. How did it get to her? Because the guy who gave her the name was the doctor. So that's not her real name. Whatever. I don't know how it got to her. There's probably a reason somewhere. Doesn't matter. Like, it's the future. They probably have like some, like, I don't know. The mail service can scan your DNA and track you down based on that, but I don't know. I don't know. That wouldn't explain why they don't know what her real name is, but it doesn't matter. The point is that message eventually got to her, and that's really cool to think about. Just the idea of like a message that is meant for you, but like you were frozen for like 200 years and like eventually got to you. Like the mail service just kept delaying it, and eventually they were like, this package somewhere like 50 years later, they were like, this package we have around here, it's meant for like this person or whatever, and they'll start to track it down, and they just start sending the package like around. They don't actually know when that package arrived, when that package was originally packaged, you know, like what date was it. Like they kept, somehow it eventually made its way, and that idea is fantastic. It makes me think to Back to the Future 2, to the end of Back to the Future 2. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of similar, of like a message from the past to the future. And I was thinking, like, what is going to be the message? Because it's a message from all the way to the past. It's like, is it going to be relevant? Is it going to be something like really important about like the lore of the world building, you know, like the gates or the moon explosion or whatever, you know? I was thinking something like that. And then I was thinking, well, it might be related to Faye as a person and like where she came from and like anything about her. And the answer was like kind of neither. A little bit of the latter, but kind of neither. Because we didn't really learn anything about Faye in the past. We didn't know about her family, why she was cryogenically frozen, if she had any like motivation or something, like a mission she had to fulfill. Like we didn't learn anything. All we saw was just a very cute and human video of Faye in the past as a kid, just saying, I'm recording this video for myself 10 years from now. Literally just to you 10 years from now. Except instead of 10, it was like 200. I don't know what the date is right now, but it's been a while. They said it into the Faye episode, but I completely forgot, sorry. But it's been a long time. It's been many years. But I guess to Faye, it has been 10 years, you know? To Faye, because she hasn't aged that much, so to her, it has been like around 10 years or something. And it's funny when she said like it must be, things must be so different, so crazy. It's difficult to think what it must be like to you 10 years from now. And I'm just sitting here like, you don't know the half of it, kid. But it made me think about like maybe she knew that she was gonna be cryogenically frozen or something, and that's what this message is. You know, that's why she's cheering herself on, you know, this idea of like, maybe she's going to be frozen. Maybe she's going to lose her memories. Like maybe she knew that. Like maybe it was like this whole procedure and they told her and she's like, well, if I'm not going to remember anything, I'm going to record something. And it was meant to be frozen for 10 years, but then she was frozen for like a lot more. So that wasn't part of the plan, but maybe that's what went down. Maybe she knew. Young Faye knew that something like that was gonna happen. But but she was very young, so it couldn't have been right before she was frozen. It must have been like a couple years afterwards. So yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that message was, the only thing that video was just a cute, you go Faye, you go me, you got this, you know? And I don't think it ever said her name. I don't think she ever call herself by name. She only said like me, which is, it's even like better because I almost don't want to know Faye's real name because she's Faye. Like who she is not a name. The name doesn't matter. Who she is the person that you see. And I also like the fact that her past version of herself, her entire message like was aimed at a different version of herself, which she is because she doesn't remember anything. So the Faye that we know is a completely different person from the Faye from the past. Because, you know, the person that you are is determined by who you were, by the things you live by, the events and the people around you and your feelings and your thoughts and all of that. But if she literally doesn't remember anything, then the person that she is completely different from the person that was before. Also, you become a different person as you grow up. Again, because of thoughts and experiences, but also your brain is different. You know, everything is different. So I like that the past version of herself is referring to the future version of herself as a different person, because almost in the most literal sense, it kind of is. She is talking to a different version of herself, but it is still herself. There's still a connection to be had there. And I like that she's like, I don't know who you are, or who I'm going to become, what things are going to be for you, but you got this, you know? I like when she said, like, I don't know if I'm going to be alone, or if I'm going to have, like, someone, like, right next to me. Maybe I'll be causing troubles for people around me, you know? But that's okay, you know, that's just part of life. That's just the way things are. It was almost, like, applicable to the situation of, like, being in the Bebop and just, like, everyone tells her, like, yeah, you're a problem. Like, yeah, pay me, you know? And she's watching it, but she's like, you know, and that's okay. That's just the way life is. That's completely understandable. Don't worry about it. You got this, girl. You can win. You go me, you know? It was like really, it was very human, because even at the beginning when she's like, we thought about recording videos for ourselves 10 years from now. And then she's like, I don't know what to say. I'm blushing. Oh, fuck. And everyone starts laughing at her. And she's like, don't laugh. And just, that was very human. It was very like honest. It was very grounded, and seeing that really made Faye feel a lot more human. Even though she's not even that same person anymore, even though she doesn't remember any of that. It's like seeing that happen, and that was Faye at some point in time, and these events did happen. Like they were not just like, it wasn't just acted, it wasn't just a recreation, it was literally just a memory that everyone saw. And that, I suppose that's the only thing about this episode that I didn't like. And it's not because it was bad, it was just because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see like 10 seconds after that videotape ended. Literally 10 seconds after that ended, I want to see the reactions of everyone in that room. Because we saw like Spike and Jet while they were watching the video, they were just like very serious, just like stunned. But like, I wanted to see them after that video ended, because it would be a little bit of proof of character, which I feel like why it would be difficult to write that scene. So maybe that's why they didn't do it. Because I can see them like mocking Faye, but you almost can't do that in that situation, because that's such a like emotional moment that she finally got like a little bit of a memory. It wasn't a memory, and it wasn't even anything important, but it was such a like heartfelt, like cute, just like motivational message from yourself, so far off into the future. And it's also like weirdly applicable to her situation, and they know all of this. And Jet was just like earlier was like, hey, pay me if you want to watch this. And you know how that like wrong that feels in hindsight. So I almost feel like mocking her or making fun of whatever wouldn't be fine. I guess they didn't know that she was even watching it, so they could have like made it like one scene of like Faye just like walking away, and then both of them literally after the video ends, they just kind of like look at each other, and they just kind of like recline on the sofa and just don't say anything, and then it just ends. But I suppose it would be a little bit anticlimactic, because the way this episode ended really felt like it ended on a very positive note, which I suppose that's why it ended there. That's why it ended there, because that just felt nice. It just felt really nice. Like it faded into white as well. It was wonderful. I guess I just want to see, I've said this before, I want to see the crew, I want to see the gang, I want to see them like get closer to each other. I want to see them like understanding each other better and being nicer to each other. I don't want them to stop being assholes to each other, making fun of each other and shit, but like I want them to like get a better understanding and read on everyone else, and like get closer in a way that you would get closer to a friend, where you just talk shit to each other and make fun of each other, but like that, you know? Because sometimes it still feels like they're all like barely holding on together. Like Faye in this episode, she was like, fuck you, I'm leaving. And then, well, she kept calling back. And the reason why she came back is because she thought that they missed her, because she misunderstood what Edward said, because Edward was like, oh yeah, they're all like sad and destroyed. And Faye was like, well, they miss me that much, so I guess I'll go back. Like, I'm wanted there, I guess. I mean, we know that Faye's alone. She's lonely, so she would go back at the first excuse that she could have. So she went back because of that, but she misunderstood the situation. But it almost feels like she's always ready to run away. And then she's going to miss that she ran away. She's going to feel like shit about it, but she could. And Jet and Spike, they feel like, yeah, whatever, fuck her. She just keep messing things for us. We didn't see it, but I hope that this episode actually makes like some difference towards the future. Even though that video wasn't anything, even though that video didn't mean anything, it didn't have any crucial information, it didn't have nothing. But it was just this like very human videotape, and just so cool and cute that I just hope everyone just has like a different view on Faye a little bit. You know, she wasn't always this like heartless gambling addict, you know, who always just runs away, but fuck it, I don't want to get into trouble. At some point she was like this cute girl who was like, yeah, I don't know what things are gonna be like, but I hope you do your best, you know. That just really got to me. Like, that was just so emotional and heartfelt, you know. As for the rest of the episode, like, I really like the concept idea of not just like sending a message and just slowly getting to you like years into the future, but like the fact of like we're going on this like Indiana Jones-esque hunt to try and find this mythical beta player that can play this one type of cassette. Because I didn't even know that was a beta. I didn't even know what the fuck a beta was. I'll be honest with you, because I'm not that old that I can recognize all the intrinsicies of this. But when I was growing up, my dad is a cameraman. That was his job. Now he's kind of retired, but he was a cameraman. And when I was growing up, in the house, we used to have so many VHS tapes, like a lot of them, a lot. I don't think we ever had Vedas. I don't know if Vedas were a thing in my region. Maybe they were, but even the guy in the episode said like, yeah, Vedas tried to become a thing, but they didn't work out. You know, like they had a tragic tale. So I guess Vedas maybe never made it to Argentina. Maybe they did. I just didn't see them or didn't grasp the difference when I was a kid, but I did know what a VHS was. We did have VHS players, and I do remember watching a VHS that I had of the first 3 episodes of Digimon just over and over again. You know, the episode when they get to the Digiworld, the episode with fighting at the beach when Agumon evolves into Greymon, and then the episode when they're at the lake and Seedramon shows up and Gabumon has to evolve into Garurumon to save Yamato. I remember watching those 3 episodes over and over and over again. It was great. I love that. So yeah, I had a lot of VHS around me when I was growing up, and even years later I've seen a lot of them because my dad has a lot of them in this place. But yeah, seeing a VHS and seeing them react to it, I was like, oh, do they not know what it is? Because part of me, when they grabbed the VHS, was thinking that when they made the show, they thought that VHS would carry on into the future. That I was about to say that. And then when I saw their confusion, I was like, wait, they don't know what it is. Okay, that's good. They see an archaic piece of technology that they don't know what the fuck it is, and they have to go to some dude who's a specialist on it, and he's like, oh, I can tell you what it is, and he starts geeking out about their whole history, and then they have to go to some weird museum in order to get it. But the museum is not even a museum, it's literally just like the ruins of a building. And they just go into the ruins of this fucking... I think it's ruins of a museum. So they go into these ruins, which is in Japan, apparently, which was really cool. They went to Earth. Again, they went in this fucking Indiana Jones-esque, like, search for this one fucking piece of equipment. And it was funny because they brought it, and they were like, we got this shit. And then they tried to put it in, and they were like, oh, it doesn't fit. What's wrong? And Ed is like, that's not a beta, that's a VHS. And I'm just sitting here like, right, they weren't paying attention. I was paying attention because I was learning. I was like, oh, that's not a VHS, that's a beta? I don't know what a beta is. And then he started talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I see, that's what a beta is. But they weren't listening. I was listening, they weren't. So then when they were like, what the fuck? I was sitting here like, you fucking idiots. I paid attention, y'all didn't. The guy told you. You should have just listened to the guy. God damn it. Also, Spike just fucking kicking down the fucking machine and breaking it. I guess he kicked it down maybe because he was eating the tape. So he was like, oh, I don't want the tape to be damaged, you know? So he just started kicking it and breaking it because fuck this thing. It's destroying our thing. So maybe that's why. But it seemed like he actually just kicked it because he wanted to fix it. He was like, yeah, my machine works better when I kick it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, okay, dude, whatever. But I guess their excursion did work out because they brought the CRT TV with them, so they could play the beta tip with it. So I guess it worked out because of that. So yes, it wasn't all in vain. So their excursion there actually did bring something good at the end. I suppose they didn't really win anything from the tape at the end of the day. Like they're not gonna sell it for money. At least I don't think so. They're not gonna give it to someone as like some antique or anything. Like at the end of the day, they only really lost money for the parcel. Both of them. They lost money for, I guess, fuel traveling to Earth just to get this shit. They lost a bunch of shit, and I guess all they got out of it was just like cute, heartful message for Faye. But to me, to me as a viewer, that's like massively like worth it. But to them, I suppose they didn't get anything out of it. But I hope they kind of grow together a little bit more, you know, closer to each other. That would be awesome. Like I said it before, I just want to see that. I just want to see a tale of people like getting closer to each other, finding comfort in each other on some level, you know. That episode was just great. I almost feel like I don't really need to know anything else about Faye. Like, even though I didn't learn anything, I feel like maybe I don't need anything. All I need is just see her in the past and just hear those messages. And that's kind of it. Maybe that's all I need, honestly. And I hope that was enough for Spike and Jet as well, you know. That was great. I love that. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I don't know what else I can say about it. There is the thing of like Faye went gambling and then she won and then she went gambling again. Well, she lost and then she went gambling again and she won and then she went gambling again and she lost. And then she was like, well, you know, you can't win everything, you know, that's just the way it is. And then her past version of herself was like, keep it up, you can do it, you can win, you know, go me, go me. So maybe it's like encouraging her to like keep going, to not just give up whenever she loses. Like maybe that's her thing. Maybe she doesn't gamble enough. Maybe she kept going, she would always win. That I don't know if that's a good lesson we want to take here, because she did win and then she went back. So I don't know. I think that's just gonna be it for this episode. Again, I said I wanted to sleep. I want to sleep. It's been like an hour of recording and watching this, and I was thinking about like not recording this discussion right now. I was gonna record it like later today or even tomorrow when this is supposed to go up. But no, this episode was so good and it had like something so important that I just said fuck it. I need to do it right now. So. Yeah, I recorded this. I feel good about it. This episode was just great. It was great. I love that. Okay, I'm recording this from like 20 minutes into the future. I had stopped recording and I was super ready to just be done. But I thought about what the whole betting on the horses thing is. Sorry if I look unhinged. I am. The whole thing about betting on the horses and how that connects to Faye. But like what Faye was going through in the episode. Well, how it connects to everything. And it's the fact that when she bet on the horses, she lost, and then she won, and then she lost again. That is supposed to represent Faye in the show as a whole, because first of all, she wasn't with the crew at the Bebop, and then she met the crew at the Bebop, and then she started hanging out with them. And now in this episode, she leaves the crew of the Bebop, right? She just leaves. She says, fuck it. Like, I don't know if I'll come back, whatever. The fucking fuck y'all. Y'all deal with my problems. I don't want to deal with them. And it's interesting because even in the episode, she like calls back and it's like, where are you guys at? You know, like she's still, it still feels like she hasn't really given up on the idea of just hanging out with them because again, Faye is lonely. But in this episode, she like leaves. And while she leaves, you can see that like she loses and then she wins. And she's like, oh, maybe those guys were holding me back. And then she loses again. What's that supposed to be? It's like, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like a mirroring of she's alone and she has nothing. And then she has people around her. And then she starts winning. And she's like, yeah. But then she loses everything again. And then she has a moment where she's like, maybe I should just quit doing this. You know, maybe it's time to stop doing this. And like, that's what that's supposed to be. When she loses everything, when she has nothing, is when she's alone. When she is hanging out with people and she has her newfound family, then that's when she has things, when she wins. But then she's immediately gambling again and then being left with nothing once more, which is kind of what she's doing when she's running away from them. So I think what that's supposed to be is that like, she has to learn how to stop gambling. And by that, I also mean she has to learn how to stop pushing people away. Gambling is just a narrative device for her problems about isolation, pushing people away and running away from them. I think that's what that, sorry, I didn't put on my glasses again. But I think that's what that is. I think that's what that is, at least in this episode. So I think I'm like super right on that one, by the way. Like that's like, that was warranted enough for me to like open OBS again and start recording the final bit. Another thing I saw is that, because I immediately went and checked Blind Wave's reaction to this episode, because every episode I've been like checking Blind Wave's reaction to it as well, because I enjoy that channel. So as I'm going through the show, I'm watching that episode's reaction. So I want to check that, and then I saw the scene where she's cheering for herself again. And this might just be an English dub thing. This might not be relevant at all. But she says, go me, don't lose me. And that's just a chant, you know? But the way she says it, it sounds like she's saying, don't lose me. Instead of don't lose, comma, me, it sounds like she's saying don't lose me. You know, just don't lose yourself. Don't lose the person that I am right now. You know, like right now, this like child version of me, like I'm gonna be gone, but don't fully lose who I am. You know, like this like childful bliss. You know, this positivity. Just don't lose this energy. Don't lose who I am. You know, you're gonna be different, yeah, for sure, but don't lose everything. You know, so it sounded like that. I think that might just be the English dub. I didn't check the Japanese version. I kind of don't want to. I'm like tired. But in English, in Japanese, I feel like it would just be like maketenai. I think it would be maketenai. Just don't lose. So maketenai and just some chant. I don't think you would make that work in Japanese. So don't lose me. It's probably just an English thing. But that's what it made me think about. Just the fact that like Faye might be like, you're a different person, but don't completely lose yourself, you know. So that's just great. Yeah, that's just the final thing I wanted to add. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye. But if you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions and support the channel, I'm recording this final bit again. I recorded it once already, but fuck it, we're doing it again. Check out my Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. Check out my other channels and stuff, and yeah, just support me around. I'm just gonna go to sleep, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye.